Hello Yu-Gi-Oh community, Satellarknight here, back with another video. Before we get into our content for today, I'd like to share some more news with you. I am currently working on my gaming channel, kind of grinding it out, trying to collect all the gems before we start opening some packs and building some decks. So I'm really excited for that. And then coming up in the next couple weeks, I'll be attending my local tournaments. I'll be doing deck profiles with guest appearances. Get a different perspective of what kind of deck people run, not just from my side. But for now, for today, we're going to be going over my Satellarknight deck. We're going to be going in-depth analysis, some test hands, and see what kind of combos you can pull off with this deck. Again, I have a deck profile on this exact deck in my earlier videos. You can go check that out. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. I really appreciate all my new subscribers. Thank you guys for helping me make this channel grow. So let's go ahead and mix this deck right now and see what we can pull off. Satellarknight is a rank 4 based XC deck. And it can afford to run a lot of trap cards in it. It's one of my favorite decks till date. It's really one or two cards away from being a top tier deck again. It's usually good to go second in this deck because it is a control deck. You want to set up your field. You want to set up your trap cards like Solemn Judgment or Stellar Nova Alpha. So let's go ahead and draw our 5 cards and see what it gives us. Oh, man, so you want to open up with Deneb. This is beautiful. So we got Deneb, we got Crackdown, Reinforcements of the Army, Card of Demise, and Judgment. Look at this hand. Consistent and beautiful. Okay, so let's go ahead by starting by opening up with Reinforcements of the Army. We're going to add a copy of Vega, in this case, to our hand. You want to be aggressive, but you don't want to be too aggressive with this hand. It's usually just a setup play. You proceed to summon Vega. And with Vega's effect, you will summon Deneb. And then you will search out Altair. And just like that, you already have your setup in hand and on the field. So an Altair goes to my hand. Now, depending on the spells and trap cards that I have in my possession, I either like to go first or second. Go into like the XC monsters that I like to go into. So in this case, I will set 2 cards down. I don't mind losing Altair because I have cards like Monster Reborn and like Call of the Hunted that can bring them back. And I'm going to go ahead and play Card of Demise. Now, when you do, just remember, when you activate this card, you cannot special summon. So by me playing this card right now, I cannot special summon, but I'm going to go ahead and do it because I trust that these 2 guys can maintain their own. So I'm going to play it, and I'm going to draw until I have 3 cards in hand. So 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. Now I have extra protection, and I can swap out my monsters if I want to. So now Altair will go to the graveyard. I'll end my turn. And then based on what my opponent does, I can... The beauty of Crackdown, it's a continuous trap card, so it stays on the field most of the time, and I can actually recycle it with Trigger. So let's say they summon a monster or they activate a card that I don't like. If they play a card that I don't like, I'll just Judgment right away. Get rid of it. That puts a stop to them. If they somehow have anything else to do, bring out a monster, Crackdown, take their monster. Now they can't go into Link Summon or XC Summon. And then... let's say they pass their turn, you end up drawing into Nukalai. Here we go. So you bring out a Nukalai, you send a monster to the graveyard. You're going to send a copy of Deneb. So Deneb will go to the grave, and then you're going to play Skybridge. Skybridge lets you bring out another Satellarknight from the deck onto the field by returning a Satellarknight from the field back into the deck. So we're going to go into Altair. See, I'm not too worried about losing him last turn because now I'm going to return this card and bring out Altair back into the field. Altair's effect. will let you summon the Neb from the grave. The Neb's effect lets you add Altair back into your hand. Now, a friendly advice. Be careful how you go into your rank 4 plays, which I'm about to show you what to do the proper way. So you want to recycle your crackdown. So if you go into rank 4s, do not use Altair as one of your materials. So if you don't, you get to add them back to your hand with Triver's effect. So now I have 2 Monster Reborns in my hand and 2 Crackdowns back in my hand. You detach a material, preferably the Neb, so you can bring them out with the Altair again. And you discard a card from your opponent's hand. You swing, do some damage. Do not go into Diamond quite yet. Do not go into Zeus. It's very early in the game. You just want to sit on this card because it has recycling potential as well. And then you just set down 2 Crackdowns. And what's funny is your opponent knows that you have a Crackdown, so they'll try to get around one of them, and then you already have the second one ready to go. Let's say it's their turn. They somehow manage to get around 1 Crackdown. You have another one. They somehow manage to get rid of your Triver. You send your Triver to the grave. You bring out Vega. These cards' effects can activate as soon as they're summoned. So if they can't negate the summon, their effects will go off even during your opponent's turn. Vega's effect will bring out your Altair, and Altair's effect will bring out your Deneb. And you're back into repeat mode again. Deneb's effect activates. I think we'll bring out all the Altairs already. If that's the case, we'll just add a... Yeah, we'll add a Vega. God, how I wish number 86 was not banned in this format. Oh my god, the stuff I used to do with that deck. With number 86. I remember when I first brought him out, people had no idea what the card did. Amazing. So now they pass for turn. You go, and you got your Pot of Desires. So on and so forth. So you play your Pot of Desires, remove 10 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Be careful playing Pot of Desires. This is a very early game card. You do not obviously want to go into late game. But since I have most of my Satellarknights already out in the field, or in the hand, or in the graveyard, I'm pretty confident that I won't get punished too much with this card. So it goes to the graveyard. You draw 2. Oh my goodness. Not a very good draw with another Desires. I wouldn't play it. Too risky. And then you set 2. Unless you're like really pushing for game. Anyway, you can play it only once per turn. But anyway, and then you just repeat the cycle again. You go into Triver. So that's the main goal of this deck, guys. It's just to bring out Triver and kind of loop it with another Triver, which is very possible in this deck. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. I really appreciate all the following I'm getting, all the positive vibe that you guys are giving off. I really enjoy doing what I'm doing, and I feel like sharing it with you, so thank you. Let's try one more time. Give another opening hand. I'm really excited for this gaming channel to take off as well, you know, try to do Master Duel. So that'll be coming up soon. Just got to get all my gems together. Alright, let's go again. I got a feeling the Neb's on top again. Oh man, this deck loves me. I swear, I'm just... my opponent better cut the deck when they're playing me. Oh, and got Ash Blossom. I don't see her very often. Running 3 copies of that. Got a Monster Reborn, and beautiful. Look at that. You are going to play Desires. You want to get rid of top 10 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Kind of want to peek at what they are, but I'm not going to. You draw your 2 cards. Okay, good. So that gave you a judgment. So you set 2, you summon the Neb. Now you get to peek on what you banished, kind of. With the Neb's effect, you get to search out your deck. I'll search out for... oh, we got a copy of Vega in there left. No, but almost all your Altairs are gone. That's the downside of the card, but at least you have 1. So Vega's out. You're going to pass for turn for now. Okay, so let's say opponent summons a monster that you do not want to hit the field. Solemn Judgment. See you later, Dragoon. Okay, that goes away, and then all else fails, they try to add a card. Ash Blossom. This is what I mean by a control deck, guys. You're trying to negate your opponent as much as you can. You don't mind them getting rid of your Deneb. Yeah, I might as well just let them do it. I kind of want them to do it. So they get rid of Deneb, that's fine. Crackdown really works well, specifically if your opponent has a level 4 monsters as well, because this deck really synchronizes well with it. So let's say they have one and you took their level 4, you can use that as a material for your own XC plays. Your turn, another Crackdown, set it down. Now you have Monster Reborn, but you don't want to use it. Let's go into your rank 3 play. Or we can even go 2/4s, hypothetically speaking. Effect. Now you got your 3 monsters on the field. I don't have that many options anymore. Of course, the Unukalai are the ones that stay behind. It's okay. Okay, now we go into our rank 3. We go Trigger, bounce everything, reset, you detach. Okay, you discard an opponent's card, and then you swing, and then you end your turn. So your opponent will make their move. You have double Crackdown ready to go. So again, if that's the whole point of this deck. You control, you slow them down, you take advantage of them bringing out only one strong monster, so you can negate their summon. They'll be afraid to play against your back row. The ultimate goal is, once their life points is around 3,000 or so, you do want to bring out your Zeus, or if you're playing a dark deck, you want to bring out your Diamond. Has a great effect of negating multiple times dark monster effects anywhere on the field. Very handy. What you want to do a lot of times is when you open up a hand, and let's say you have a Deneb on the field. If you have a Deneb on the field and no other protection other than obvious Stellar Nova Alpha, you might want to just end your turn that way. You do not want to get rid of your Deneb, go into like a rank 4 play. You just want to kind of leave it at that. Let's leave it like this, unless, especially first turn, you don't want to go into Trigger. You don't want to show all your cards first turn. So play conservatively, play patiently, and this deck will take care of itself. But yeah, so that's my quick little breakdown. Let me know if you guys have any other questions about my Satellarknight deck. Again, one of my favorite decks of all time. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get a hold of a Constellarknight deck. I know it's not as strong as this particular set, but it's still, I love the artwork. I love the monsters. I'm a huge warrior fanatic. Let me know if you guys want me to do a different deck profile as well. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment on my video, and I will see you guys soon.